Welcome everyone, it's Glacier Guy, Rock the Glacier as always, back with another studio update. It's the 30th of April. Let's talk about what we got painted. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing next. And then we're going to talk about some of the Warhammer Fest reveals. And that's pretty good. So yeah, let's get into the details. All right, we're going to start off with the Astraeus first. Last time you guys see it, it was sub-assembled and it was unpainted. It wasn't even primed. We took care of that. We took care of the 3 Ps. Primed, painted, put together. Yeah, pretty proud about that. I've been working on the 3 Ps all morning. So right now its current loadout is we've got the Las Rippers on the side and the twin Las Cannons on the front. And those are magnetized. And we have the other options. So they're plasma cannons and heavy bolters. They're sitting in the magnetization accessories box. But I think this is going to be a pretty good loadout. So this is probably what I'm going to stick with whenever I do use it in games. And I'm looking forward to hopefully using it in Battle Reports near future sometime. But moving over to the right, now we have Celestine. I just finished Celestine yesterday. I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of a tabletop plus quality. It's probably not the highest quality I could ever do, but I feel like it turned out pretty well. Now I have the whole motley crew right here. I just wanted to use this as like an example to explain it for those that are uninitiated. So this is my fiance's army. She's doing Sisters of Battle. And we were trying to think of what kind of color scheme. We couldn't figure out a color scheme. So I was like, we can paint the models whatever you want. If you want them to be... I originally made a joke. I was like, if you want to be Care Bears themed, we can be Care Bears themed. I don't care. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, it's your army. Like, as long as we have sort of a unified theme or if they're all together, I don't think anyone's going to really care. Not to mention, you're mostly just going to play against me. Unless we do take them to a tournament, which that'll be fun. So that's kind of like the background. And so what we have here is the Sacrosands are based upon the Care Bears, just 5 of them. There's obviously more than 5 Care Bears. And the Castigator is based upon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But the Knight and Celestine are from the show She-Ra. And so the Knight is obviously based upon the robot little walker thing named Emily. But the Celestine is based upon Queen Angela. The reason why we kind of went with that is because obviously the Queen in the show has wings, and we kind of liked her kind of aesthetic. And so that's why the center piece for Celestine is pink. Her center armor is pink, and her hair is orange. Her boots are purple in the show, so we went with that. The wings are a little translucent, but in some of the episodes, the wings are white, so we went with white. But there's a lot of other grays, which is why the backpack is gray, her cloak is gray, and her shoulder armor is gray. There's not a whole lot of gold on the character, so I kind of just like embellished whatever gold bits I could. And the doves, I went with pure white. Is it titanium white for Monument Hobbies? I think it's titanium white. But I didn't do any highlighting or any washing or anything on the birds because in my mind, they're just ethereal birds. They're not actually there. I could be wrong, but I always see the birds as like a spell or an attack or an ability and not as like actual birds that follow her around because that'd be kind of silly. Just like John Woo it. She walks in the room, it's fucking so many yards, throws doves in the air. That would actually be kind of funny. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, probably wouldn't put it past him. Just Sisters of Battle always carrying around a case of doves. Either way, so we got Celestine done. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I thought the last time I did a stop motion battle report, I thought it was in October, but I looked back and it was in like July, August timeframe was the last time I released one. And that was World Eaters versus Mordian Iron Guard. And that was right after or right before the Chaos Space Marine Codex had a refresh. Which now that we know all about 10th edition, that's kind of irritating that they even bothered with refreshes and stuff. So close. Like, my personal opinion is if you're within a year of releasing a whole new edition where everything's going to get a big reset, why release a codex other than just to gobble up all that money? But, I mean, yeah, GW's a company. We'll move on past that. So I thought I'd done a stop motion battle report recently, but I haven't, and I want to get one on the table. But the problem with it, with all the rules changes and everything, unless I revert back to a previous edition, I don't have enough painted models for an army to do even 2,000 points. Now, our World Eaters are really close. I could mix guard regiments together, but it looks kind of tacky. But unfortunately, even my Talarn, there's too much artillery in my Talarn army to be legal. My Catachan army is not super good right now, mostly just because the points changes, and also you can't take more than 2 aircraft. Even if I was playing open war, which I can take as many aircraft as I want, which I might do, the Catachan army itself is sort of lacking in infantry for the new kind of the way the game is played with guard. So I'm not going to do the Catachans yet. The Talarn, they need a rework. They need some more infantry and some changing of the way their artillery works. The Mordian Iron Guard, I think I could field them, but once again, with only 3 infantry squads, they're like really not effective right now. Also, the Wyverns are not good anymore. I mean, born soldiers, the Wyverns might be pretty good. But either way, my other option is the World Eaters. Now, the World Eaters right now, they don't have enough points to field 2,000 points, but we're going to fix that. So give me a moment. All right, thanks for giving me that second. Moved on over to the other table. Right here we have Angeron, 2 Forge World Decimators with a bunch of different weapon options, and a Khorne Lord of Skulls. This is what we're going to do to get to the World Eaters up to 3,000 points. So we'll hopefully be able to do a 3,000 v 3,000 point stop motion battle report. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Model wise, not that many models, which is I think it's going to be pretty easy because these are both high elite armies. Unit counts aren't that big. Definitely not like 3,000 points of guard. So this is what we're going to be working on next over the next coming weeks, and hopefully we can get a stop motion battle report done right before 10th edition comes out, or maybe right as 10th edition is dropping. So we'll be figuring that out. But what I want to talk about next is I want to talk about what was revealed at Warhammer Fest. So let's get into that. All right, so I want to talk about what came out at Warhammer Fest. And so mostly 10th edition, but a little bit of the Age of Sigmar and Old World stuff. So with the 10th edition stuff, the starter box set Leviathan, I am going to get. I've always wanted to start Nids. I think the channel needs more enemy factions, and Tyranids are where I want that to go. So we're going to be definitely doing Tyranids. Not sure what kind of splinter cell, or what do we call it? Splinter fleet we're going to do. I don't know if I'm going to pick a Codex color scheme like from Rulebook, or I'm just going to make my own one. But Tyranids, definitely going to get those Tyranids. They look nice. The Space Marines look awesome. I love all the new sculpts. Stern Guard veterans, have a mild concern about how the loadouts are going to be when they finally get a bigger release. How the rules, is there going to be rules restrictions for how many of a specific type of combi weapon? Because I have some Stern Guard veterans right now, and I'm concerned that they are going to be like, well, you can't take 4 combi Melta. You can only take like 2 combi Plasma and 2 combi Melta. Like, I'm concerned about that. But aside from that concern, the models look great, and I'm super excited to get that box set. The Space Marines will be Blood Ravens. I will use this as an excuse to get my Blood Ravens painted up on the table and squared away. And so yeah, and plus this comes with the rule book. It's a good buy. I think it's going to be $300 USD. I think it's rumored to be 150 British pounds, which translates to around 270 USD. But I have a strong feeling we're going to see it around the I would say 275 to 300 range is where I'm thinking it's going to be at. I don't have any like definitive sources other than I believe on the Warhammer community there was a little blurb that in the giveaway, if you sign up for the newsletter, the equivalent value of the giveaway is 150 British pounds. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much the box set might sell for. Yeah, but I'm definitely going to pick that box set up. I think it's going to be really good. The roadmap for new codexes, obviously, Guard is nowhere on that roadmap, so we're going to be stuck with Guard indexes for a long time. Okay. I'm really hoping the Forge World Index works out really well. Kind of moving forward, is there anything? Warcry, not a big fan. Kill Team, I didn't see much on Kill Team. They actually did reveal a pre-order for the Kill Team for the what do they call those things? Space Dwarves. Leagues of Votann. So Leagues of Votann versus the Beast of the Space Beastmen. That's pre-ordering to next week, or yeah, I think it's next week's pre-order. So yeah, But most of the Hobbit reveal, it's more of a diorama. The big thing, though, is the Cities of Sigmar and the Old World. So I have a Cities of Sigmar army that is based upon the Empire. It's all human. It's mono-human. We have State Guard with halberdiers. We have great swords. We have handgunners. We have crossbowmen. We have demigryph knights, steam tanks, general on Griffin, and Hellblaster volley guns and the rocket volley guns. So we have a lot of the original Empire stuff, but they're on round or oval bases because I was going to paint them up for Age of Sigmar, and I have painted a couple test models. If the Cities of Sigmar refresh for Age of Sigmar takes away those units, then what am I left with? Well, I'm left with, hopefully, they're still in the new Old World that's going to come out in, 2-3 years. And then I have to take them off the oval/round basis, put them on square, rectangular bases, which is going to be mildly frustrating. But luckily, only a few of the models are painted, so transferring them onto a different base size isn't going to be that big of a deal, aside from the wasted cost of the bases, which possibly I can reuse. The only big issue is that if the models are no longer usable in Age of Sigmar because the Cities of Sigmar refresh, then I'm left with 2 Age of Sigmar armies right now, which is Soulblight Gravelords, which I have all the current, well, no, I don't have all the current range, but all the models I have are in the current range, and Slaves of Darkness, which are fine. And then I was gonna get Seraphon, but now I'm like, okay, well, if I have to make an Empire Old Worlds army because maybe the models aren't going to be good, aren't going to be usable in Age of Sigmar anymore, then I don't have another Old Worlds army. So would I do Tomb Kings, or would I do what would I do with an Old World? So we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do, if we want to go Seraphon for Age of Sigmar, or if we want to do Seraphon for Old World, or maybe if they come out with a whole new Old World faction, who knows? Horus Heresy. So yeah, the Castigator Knight with a lance, the new plastic Castigator Knight. That looked pretty cool, but it's not a knight that I would want to buy. I'm just not looking for a shield spear knight. Of that class of knight, I thought the flamethrower one with the chainsword was kind of cool, or the one with the chain gun and sword. I think those would be cool if those were in plastic. So we'll see. As far as Horus Heresy is concerned, I don't see any. What are we talking about? It's got the new plastic assault troops, but my Alpha Legion, I've only painted one squad for the Alpha Legion, and I don't really want to expand the Alpha Legion until I paint more models for it. So Horus Heresy, not super jazzed about any of the Horus Heresy stuff, unless we get like 1 or 2 more knights. But I do enjoy looking at Horus Heresy. Possible 30k epic, maybe 40k epic, but possible 30k epic scale, which would be pretty neat. That's a smaller scale. I probably won't pick any up, but I think it would be cool to watch people play with those and paint with those. So I think from a entertainment standpoint, I think Epic's going to be pretty cool. I really do like when people 3D print Epic models. I think those look pretty cool too. But obviously, an official refresh would be nice. I think that might be it. Warcry, not a big fan of Warcry. I didn't see anything significant from Kill Team that like I really resonated with. I didn't. Did they really? I don't. Did they do a Kill Team release? Let me check. Let's see. Age of Sigmar. So we got the Lancer. It's more Horus Heresy stuff. Talked about Bretonnia. Talked about Tomb Kings. Got some random Age of Sigmar stuff coming out. Warcry, Middle Earth. Yeah, I didn't see a Kill Team release on here. Maybe they haven't revealed the new Kill Team stuff. Let me just refresh the page, make sure I haven't missed anything. No, okay. Well, I didn't see anything, but if they did, well, we'll talk about it another time. I got stuff to get to. I gotta edit and publish this video. I gotta work on getting those World Eater models primed up, ready to paint. So that's pretty much it for your studio update. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time. If you want to support me, hit the like, comment below, subscribe if you want to. There's a link for my book in there. I think it's 99 cents on ebook. A little bit more expensive for paperback, but other than that, I will see you in the next one. So have a good one. Goodbye.